Hi, I'm Beverly Hosford, a fitness educator and writer who lives in Montana. I teach many audiences in the wellness industry about body awareness, anatomy, and business. And today I want to talk about something that comes up a lot in my online anatomy course and in the live workshops that I do. It's this question about why don't you clarify between origin and insertion, which is something I do not do when I'm teaching, but you'll see it a lot in anatomy books and in other courses. There's a differentiation between origin and insertion. And generally, origin is the more stable side of the muscle, and the insertion is the more movable side of the muscle. And I think that it's a big mistake that health professionals make trying to memorize not only the attachments of the muscles, but which side's the origin, which side's the insertion, and then also trying to memorize the actions of each muscle and trying to memorize the exercises that work for each muscle. It's too much, and it's no wonder that a lot of people drop out of learning anatomy as soon as they pick it up. It's just really overwhelming. And what I feel is that the best thing you can do when you're learning anatomy is to just learn where the attachments are for each muscle. You can scratch the origin and insertion thing, in my opinion, because your body doesn't really decide or define which side's the origin and insertion. All it does is it wants to bring the two sides of the muscle, or sometimes the muscle has several attachments on one side, but it wants to bring them all closer together to move the joint. And it's pretty simple in your body's mind and your body's thoughts. And so if you can start to think like a muscle and just know where it attaches or where it lives, then you'll always be able to figure out what's happening in a given exercise, if a muscle is shortening in an exercise or not, and you'll always be able to analyze what you're doing with clients. If you think about a couple sample exercises like a bicep curl, when you're doing a bicep curl, you're bringing your wrist towards your shoulder, and then you can reverse that exercise, and if you're doing a pull-up, you're bringing your shoulder towards your wrist. So now it seems like the origin and insertion would have switched places. The same thing with a hamstring curl. When you're doing a hamstring curl, you're bringing your ankle towards your glutes, and then when you're doing a squat, you're bringing your glutes towards your ankle. So this origin and insertion thing wouldn't really work in these scenarios. And again, it's just another thing to memorize. And I think it's better for health professionals to think on their own, to know where the muscles attach and have a really solid and confident understanding of that, so that you can, from there, always know what actions each muscle does, no matter what position a joint is in, and you can always figure out exercises to do to strengthen a muscle, or you can always figure out which muscle is working in which exercise. So from here on out, I want you to focus on learning your attachments really well, learn where the muscles attach, and then always think about what the muscle is trying to do when it's shortening. What two joints is it bringing together? And then you'll know if a muscle is doing flexion or internal rotation, or if it's doing abduction or adduction. And when you know these attachment sites really, really well, and you can identify them on yourself and feel where they are, and you can identify them on other people, then you'll start to see your knowledge go to a whole new level, and you'll be able to create exercises and massage them more effectively if you're a massage therapist, and it'll just be a lot stronger foundation for you than kind of knowing all of these other things. It's just better to have that really solid knowledge about the attachments. And remember, this is just my take on it. From teaching anatomy for the last 10 years, I've just found that people get too overwhelmed with learning everything. So just keep it simple, learn the attachments, learn how to think like a muscle. And if you have some thoughts or other questions about this, please leave it in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends. And thanks for joining me today. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey there, you've been asking, so we created an online anatomy program just for you. Visit the web link below, go enter your email on our website, and you'll get some free training videos as well as an offer to get a special discount. We'll see you over there.